Hey guys, Alex from Maxum BJJ. What I'm going to show you now is a triangle from rear mount. I've done a couple other videos with this. It's one of my favorite positions. We're not going to get into too much detail here about the seatbelt. There's a million ways, straight jacket, however you want to control. All right, our teammates at Henzo is obviously big into the hand controls here and stuff. So you can do any of this move off any of those positions, however you want to control the back. Even using a past control that I showed with using your own gi, creating a seatbelt. So any type of control. So we're in the rear mount. My partner starts to drive towards his underhook to defend, which is the most common side usually. And I'm going to look to set up my rear triangle. So I'm going to look to trap this arm, right? And looking to establish the high cross feet first and get myself into a triangle position, okay? If he rolls the other way to defend, same thing, I might step on his hip just to start looking to control, start trapping his arm. But ultimately what we want to do is get ourselves into that triangle position. Okay, so we're here, I grab my ankle. Even when I'm trying to trap this arm from the seatbelt position, and maybe I can't get my legs fully together, I use this hand on the underhook to grab my ankle way ahead of time, and pressure, roll him to the side. I want him to lay on my leg that's around his neck. He may try to grab my foot here with his legs. You got to be cautious of that. As soon as I start establishing the triangle, I'm just stepping on his hip, not leaving this foot here between his legs to lock up my foot. All right, now, once I'm here, I use my hand on the floor. See, I'm sitting up to make an angle. All right, so I'm on a 45 to him. I lock the triangle. Again, I don't want him to catch my foot here. So this is going to be quick. Lock the triangle and circle my foot behind his ribs. Okay? And to finish the triangle here, it's somewhat hard because you don't have the ability to pull his head down and his arm. So when I start to establish the triangle choke here, I make this angle, and usually the guy here is fighting like hell to block my feet, whatever he's trying to do here, catch my feet. His arms are all over the place. He could be hunkering down on this leg here, but this elbow is always exposed. Even if he's locked down tight as hell on my leg, I still can get a hold of this elbow, and that's what I'm going to look to attack with. So here, I lock my triangle up, and he's trying to defend, maybe giving me space for his head. I'm going to look to shoulder lock this arm, okay? It's going to be kind of like a Kimura, but without the Kimura grip. So the first thing I'm going to do, which I showed in another video, is to pull this, controlling his lower arm and his tricep here, his forearm, his tricep, right? So his elbow is kind of the center of my hands here, and I'm going to look to pull this up as far as I can, where I start to feel him have less strength. Because when his arm is in front of him here, he's strong, and pull it up here, he's weak. Right? And now I'm going to look to pummel my hand in by the wrist where there's a hole, and I'm going to control my hand on his tricep right below his elbow, and his wrist is going to be inside my elbow. Okay? So you can do this when you're setting up the triangle and you get full triangle, but you can also do this just when you get your feet here. It doesn't have to be a perfect triangle. That's what's great about this for larger guys or short guys who can't connect the shin to the knee. Okay, but if you got a good pinch, this will still work. Now roll this back, right? Find the hole, come through, lock up his tricep, have his wrist in my elbow, and now I'm going to close this gap with my body here. All right? Now, most guys, the more muscular they are, the bigger they are, they'll just tap right from this. Okay? Just by pulling their shoulder back here. But what we're going to do is we're going to reinforce this with a little bit of twisting this way. Okay? So again, triangle, pull this back. If he's gripping his hands, right, this will help break the grip. Okay? And now I have good control of his arm. All right? Now we're going to finish. So I can pull straight back and push my pelvis forward. I'm going to choke and shoulder lock him. If he's pretty flexible, especially the young guys, right, I'm going to take this I'm going to keep this grip, close the distance with my body, let go of my hand that was holding the lower side of his tricep. I'm going to reach across, grabbing his wrist hand area here, and I'm going to pull. Right? You can finish this. Yes, everybody's like, oh, it's a wrist lock. But yes, you can finish the wrist lock here, but you can also finish this just by simply twisting for a Kimura.